Hi, I want to talk about frontal lobe development because it's been on my mind. Right. I looked it up a little bit, like barely did any research, but basically your frontal lobe develops in your 20s. It takes longer for some people, and it's usually sooner for women, which I think we all know. It makes you be able to think things through, to see forward in your decisions. It makes you have a better regulated emotional system. It kind of just makes you a better person. And it's kind of crazy to me that it takes so long while we're in high school and college, literally deciding our fate career-wise. We're at our most unhinged. And then all of a sudden we calm down and we're like, what just happened? So I feel like that's kind of what happened to me recently. The past couple of months, I feel like I have just really settled as a human, and a lot of things have changed. I've changed a lot in terms of how I view myself and how I view the world. And I think there's three big categories of how this has happened for me. The first one is socializing, second one is friendships, and the third one is dating and relationships. Starting with socializing, I don't really mean friends. I mean what I enjoy doing to socialize. For me in college, that was drinking. I drank a lot. I drank Thursday, Friday, Saturday for basically all 4 years, and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't regret how much I drank. I just find it insane now and kind of absurd. Like, how did I do that? I don't know. But the thought of going to a loud, crowded bar now, I don't think you could pay me to do that. I still go out sometimes, but it's not the same. The appeal has definitely gone down. And I would much rather get a good night's sleep and wake up and go for a run than be hungover and feel awful and have anxiety the whole day. But in college, I didn't care. It was just how it was. It was fine. And I enjoyed it. I talked to a lot of people. I did a lot of fun things. But now I'm like, please don't make me go out. I don't want to. Can you just come over and we can hang out instead? And I think that this changes for everyone at some point, and some earlier than others. I feel like my relationship with alcohol, its life cycle ended a little earlier than I thought. I honestly thought that I'd still be in my party girl era and I would be enjoying my 20s and going out and meeting all these guys and doing all these crazy things, but I really don't want to. I really don't. I would much rather stay in, or I would rather go to a nice cocktail bar and then just go home. I don't have the same urge to get crazy all the time. It happened very quickly. In like January, I still wanted to drink and like get that feeling. And then suddenly I was like, actually, no, I don't. I'm good. I feel like I finished that part of my life. And I have absolutely no doubt that I'm going to never have a midlife crisis where I start randomly drinking and going out, because I already did it. It's been completed. And I remember talking to people who were a little bit older than me, and they would say similar things like, oh, I already did the drinking thing. I'm good. And I never understood it. And now I do. I'm good. Like, I don't care if other people drink. I don't mind going out here and there, but I'm good. I really already experienced it, and I feel like I don't need to keep experiencing the same night over and over and over again like I felt in college. And now I want to do more wholesome things and things that actually require a little bit of thinking, like let's go to a museum or something, I don't know. And now moving on to friendship, I have noticed with friends that I have a little bit less than I used to, but they're more quality. And the things I want to talk about with my friends is different. I have absolutely zero interest in talking shit really anymore. I don't really want to gossip as much. I don't have the same interest in talking badly about other people as I used to, which sounds kind of crazy to admit that I liked to talk bad about people, but I did. And it's because I was immature. I could sit around all day and talk shit. I would used to do that with my roommates, but now it's like, no, we don't really need to be doing that. Like, what's the point? There is no point. And I would much rather talk to my friend about you. Like, what are you doing with your life? What did you do this week that was fun? Tell me something funny. I want to get to know my friend, and I don't really care about everything else. I don't really want to hear about it anymore. And that's definitely been a big shift for me, as I feel like I've just become a little bit more mature, which again seems kind of boring, but It's true. Like, I've just settled down a little bit. And I remember being a kid and being like, Mom, you low-key have no friends, because she'd see a friend like once every 2 weeks. But now I get it. You don't need to be seeing your friends all the time. If they're a real friend, you can see them every couple weeks, every couple months, and you'll be fine. And now in terms of dating and relationships, this one, mostly, I just think that in the past, especially in college, I would jump right into a relationship with a guy without knowing him. And I pretty sure all of my exes in college, I started dating them within weeks. And the longer we dated, the more I realized, oh my God, we were barely compatible. How did I not know these major things about you that were clearly not compatible? But now we're already dating and it's just not good. And I think now I realize, like, why would I jump into a relationship with someone that I don't know that well and give them access to my life without getting to know them first? Yeah, I think that good things can take time. So when I meet someone that I'm interested in, I'm probably going to take a lot more time to actually get to know them and to see if they're a good fit in my life. I'm also very okay being single, which I always really was. I mean, I was single for years at a time in college, and then I would date, and then I'd be single. But I feel like now I'm just very secure in that, and I really don't feel the same sense of urgency to get in a relationship as I used to. If I am single until I'm 30 and then I finally meet the person I'm supposed to be with, then that's fine. Like, whatever. I can do other things in between now and then. But I used to feel this sense of urgency in college, like, oh my God, I need to find my person, I need to find them, I need to find them. And that's why I would kind of jump into relationships, not really thinking it through. But now I feel like I can kind of see the forward vision, and I'm like, no, I should actually take time to get to know someone before I date them. Those are just like the 3 big things that I have noticed recently in my life that have changed a lot in terms of how I think about things, what I like to do, how I view myself. And I feel like I've become a lot more in tune with who I am. And it's a good feeling.
Overall, why do I think that my frontal lobe has developed a little bit? And I would say when looking at the socializing and alcohol aspect, I definitely have a better impulse control and risk assessment. I now see drinking alcohol as a risk instead of something to do to have fun. I now see all of the negatives that come with drinking and all the negatives of going out to a loud, crowded bar instead of all of the positives. In terms of friendship, I think better decision making in who I choose to be friends with, what I choose to talk about with my friends. I now know that it's more beneficial to get to know your friend instead of spending your time gossiping. And in terms of dating, I think definitely impulse control has been affected by this. I no longer seek that instant gratification of getting a new boyfriend. I now see the long-term benefit of getting to know someone before jumping into a relationship. And I do think that my frontal lobe has definitely begun to develop. I don't know if it's fully developed. I'm sure it's not yet. Those are the signs, I think.
And I would describe my life as pretty boring now. I go to work, I come home, I cook dinner, I go for a walk, I read my book, I have an online class or something, and then I go to bed. And on the weekends, I'm excited to just like go to the grocery store and watch a movie. And I would consider that a lot more boring than it used to be in college, but I'm a lot more peaceful. My life doesn't have the same ups and downs and constant drama and constant crazy anxiety that it used to have. And I think that that's normal as you grow up. And I think that the more you resist settling down a little bit, the harder it'll be when you're kind of forced to. So that's kind of why I'm trying to embrace this new little part of my life, and also to not look back on my past self with judgment, because now that like all of that seems so gross to me, I'm like trying not to hate myself, but it's just kind of cool, I guess, to see self-growth as well. So thanks.